Hi, my name's Carmela and this is Carma Yoga Zone. Today's lesson is on strengthening poses for the abdominal muscles and for your back. Great to do when you've got a bit more energy and want to feel a little bit more invigorated. The first thing we're going to do is stand and say hello to the hamstrings and check that you have with you today a bolster and 2 blocks. We're going to place the bolster halfway down your mat, like that, and stand a little bit back from the end of the bolster and prepare your feet. The feet need to be hip-width apart, parallel. So you spread your toes, lift the arches of your feet, lift your kneecaps so your thighs are pressing firmly back to the bones and standing nice and tall. We're going to bend from the top of the legs, so coming forward slowly like that, and then bring your hands to the bolster. At this point, move backwards and forwards on the feet till you feel you're over your centre. Bring the sternum forward and then let your upper body extend down, your crown of the head towards the bolster. Maintain nice firm legs, check those kneecaps don't drop. For more flexible people, you can even take your hands a bit wider and bend your elbows. Going to hold it here for a good minute. Hamstrings are quite large muscles, so they need a bit of time to lengthen. Now when you come up, lift your head first and then walk your hands forward to the front of the mat. Spread your fingers, wrists in line with shoulders. Take the feet back a little bit. Keep them hip-width apart, the heels off the mat, and then pressing into your hands, lifting up through your arms, through the shoulder area, through your side ribs. Elongate your waist. Lift your sitting bones and then slowly move the heels down and slightly out. So this is Adho Mukha Svanasana. From here we're going to move in and out to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, which is upward facing dog pose. We're coming through, shifting your weight forward, so you roll over the tops of the toes onto the top of the feet, rest your knees on the bolster, bring your chest forward, flatten your feet, and really press your hands down, lift out of the arms, lift your chin. You can engage the legs more by lifting off the bolster, keeping the legs firm, or you can remain with your legs resting on the bolster so it's more supported. We're moving in and out. You tuck your toes under, swing your hips up, coming back to downward facing dog pose. Or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana as the upward dog. Forward. And Adho Mukha Svanasana is your downward facing dog pose. Just moving in and out. We'll do about 4 of these, which are great for mobilising your spine. Make it nice and smooth. Try and get the heels down. 1 more. Come forward so your chest is in front of your arms. Keep the shoulders down. And then back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Use your exhalations to go deeper. And then walk your hands back towards you and drop your knees down to the mat. Now the next one for strength is Chaturanga Dandasana. We're going to shift the bolster long ways onto your mat and start by placing the hands just in front of the bolster. The bolster makes it a more supported, accessible way for most people to do this pose because it is quite strong. So I'm going to come to first a plank position. You need to be really firm in the middle, engage the abdominal muscles. Move your shoulders back. You take a breath in this position in the plank, and then you exhale to chaturanga, tipping forward onto the feet, get the elbows in and lowering down onto the bolster. And then the easy way to come back up is just to come back to here again. Do one more. Plank. Inhale here. Keep your tummy muscles lifting and your tailbone tucking under. And use the exhalation to go down. So you can do 3 or 4 of those. When you finish, just stretch back. And then come on up. So now I have 3 more back bends to do. I have a fairly thick mat, so it's going to be enough cushioning for me, but you may like to put a blanket down if you feel it's sensitive on the hip bones. So for this next sequence, we're going to be laying in a prone position, preparing for Bhujangasana. Hands are adjacent to your chest, and then stretch one leg at a time back. Let's come forward a little bit more. Bring your ankles together. Head resting on the mat. Move the shoulders back away from your neck, and then bring your elbows in close to your body. You should feel in this position that the hands and fingers are pressurized evenly onto your mat. You lift your head and take a breath in. And then on an exhalation, coming up, keeping your shoulders down. Lift your chin so the throat is open. Coming back down. Pause. Do a couple of recovery breaths. And then one more. Inhale as you lift your head and exhale up. Fairly shallow breath while you hold. Coming back. And rest your head to the side, arms relaxed back. Couple of recovery breaths. The next one we do is Salabhasana. Forward resting on the mat. Check again that your legs are still together. The arms will stay back as they were. We take a breath in before we start. And then roll your chin out and exhale, lift arms, legs and head, chest, all at the same time. Really power your legs so you get your thighs off the mat. Coming down, just pause. And one more. Inhale and then exhale up. This time, relax your head to the opposite side from what you did last time. And relax. And now, Dhanurasana, the bow. Going to reach back, clasp your ankles. Knees can be a little bit apart. And just lift one leg at a time to smooth the skin of the thighs, the flesh of the thighs away. And also free up your shoulders. Feel that you're symmetrical. Take a breath in. And exhaling, roll your chin out again and lift your thighs, lift your chest. Try and come up evenly. Not higher at the front than the back, but evenly, so you're shaped like a bow. Get the height in the pose. Use your legs also to draw your arms back. And then once you've got the height, you can bring the knees in a little bit. And then down. Relax the legs back and head to the side. Couple of recovery breaths. And then back to centre, hands under shoulders. And come back and just do a lovely counter pose, Adho Mukha Virasana. Feet together, knees wide, sitting onto your heels. And extend the arms forward, chest down, head resting. And then coming up, lift your head first, look your hands back. Now the next part of the sequence involves the boat poses. The first one is Paripurna Navasana. And we're going to start with the knees bent and do it in a supportive way to begin with your hands behind your thighs. Need to engage the abdominal muscles, keep them in. We lift the feet, find your balance, you're just on the tailbone, and then slowly extend the legs, lift the feet first, keep them together, and you need to extend all the way to your feet, so really liven up the feet, the toes, every part of the legs is involved, bones, muscles, skin. If you feel strong, you can let go your legs. Try and keep your face relaxed. When you come down, you cross, and then you can do a little lift. You put your hands here just in front of the hips, lean forward, lift your bottom off the mat, and then you can lift your feet. Maybe. That can be difficult, so I have an idea for you to try. You can take the blocks, now to get them in the correct position, you place them next to your thighs, and then you start with a very high cross of the knees. Lean right forward, hands on the blocks. Now lift up to here first, and then you'll find it much easier to lift your feet. You've got a bit more clearance. And down. We'll do one more, Paripurna Navasana. Legs in, balance, extend, and then the arms. And then coming down. Now for the half boat, Ardha Navasana, we start in Dandasana position. Place your hands behind your neck. Take a full breath in, lifting, and then exhaling, you curl your back, bring your elbows forward and lift your feet so your toes are around about level with your eyes. And then back to Dandasana. Always a couple of recovery breaths in between. Inhale and then exhale as you go back. Hold it steady, be strong. And then coming back. Okay, so one more backward bend. I'm going to place a block here between my feet. This is great for checking that your feet are parallel and hip width apart. You sit quite close to the block and then lay yourselves down. Back is flat. Adjust your ponytail if you have one. Move your shoulders away from your neck, chin down, and make sure the back's flat to start with. So you feel that you're evenly placed on the mat. We're going to come up and then lace the fingers behind your back. Roll your shoulders under. This really opens the chest well. You press your arms down to the mat. Press your feet evenly and then power your legs and lifting up into a bridge position. If you keep your feet pressurised evenly, the knees won't go wide. They'll stay above your ankles. So you get maximum height. Keep the legs really, really strong and just hold for as long as you feel you can. In this position, you're also engaging two of the bandhas. You have Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor lock, which is an internal grip, and also Jalandhara Bandha, the chin lock. When you're ready to come down, just release the fingers. Come down slowly. Release also the shoulders. Flatten your back. Tilt your pelvis up. Just rest your hands here and feeling your abdominal muscles. Now, Uddiyana Bandha is the abdominal lock. You're going to squeeze your abdominal muscles down towards your spine. So your back really flattens onto the mat. You hold it there. And then let it relax. And then we're going to come up and finish with a relaxing pose. Shavasana with the bolster. The bolster will go under the legs. Keep your legs bent until you get your back down. You come down slowly, rolling the back, one vertebrae at a time. Head straight, move the shoulders down, away from your neck. Just check again that your back's flat, maybe move the flesh of the buttocks away. Turn your palms up, let your arms relax, and then you straighten the legs. Close your eyes and just feeling your body. See if you feel even on the left side and the right side. Make any other small adjustments you need to feel comfortable. Completely letting go for 5 minutes. When you're ready to come up, you start to move slowly. Take some deeper breaths. Take your right arm over your head. You bend your legs and roll to your right side, just pausing there for a few moments. And coming up from your side. Coming back to sitting onto the bolster. Just checking your sitting pose, that your spine is ascending, that the shoulders are relaxed and down and your chest feels open. And then join your hands together to the prayer mudra, fingers forward. Close your eyes and bow your head down to your heart. And then lift again. Namaste.